Well, hey there, Internet. Thank you for joining. This is Steve at 1,000 Year Homes. So I'm doing two different things, big projects. One of them is to build a 1,000-year home using modern materials, the shipping containers you see around me, combined with earth bags, cedar, stuff I'm both getting from the ground, but also store-bought when I absolutely need it. But I'm buying the best I can find. Stuff that'll last 1,000 years. And if it doesn't last 1,000 years, I'm designing it in such a way that the people who come after me can easily replace it, and it'll self-maintain. The windows easily pull out, the plumbing will be easy to get to, everything about this house will be a dream for the next person around me. When I'm done, the outside of it will be wrapped in earth bags. It'll look like a Santa Fe Mission style home. And in my neck of the woods, the thing that makes homeowners insurance super expensive is the wildfires. And since I own this house all by my lonesome, because I'm building it out of my own pocket, I won't have to carry that, right? I mean, I won't, which is a good thing. Unless the house burns down. So I need to engineer it when I'm all done in such a way the environment around it, restorative agriculture is the next thing I'm doing, but I'm doing them simultaneously. So the restorative agriculture will be to lift the fire plane around here, keep the cattle to graze the ground. I'm not Texas A&M. I'm not going to do fire, preventative fire maintenance. That runs wild. You know what? Preventive fire maintenance is baloney. It's baloney. It's baloney. What people say, well, fires used to maintain it. No, they didn't. The American bison maintained our forests before we came and murdered them all. Listen, Buffalo, New York was called Buffalo, New York because the bison there maintained the fields. And so, we lost the American chestnut, which was 1 trillion trees. We lost the American bison. We got a few out there. And now we're blaming cattle for wrecking the environment. That's not true. The cattle here keep the grass maintained down where I don't have a huge fire load. So what do I have to do? Oh, and also the cattle will scratch against the cedar and break off the lower branches and keep things different. I'm rattling on. But one thing that I need to do is build this shipping container. So if you notice, it's just me. Listen. Nothing, man. I am way off the grid, all by my lonesome. I got an old horse named Hank. That's my personal buddy. He's even borrowed. He's not even really mine. I babysit my daughter's wolf from time to time. And then I have people who text me at night to make sure I'm not dead from doing something silly throughout the day. So unlike the other YouTube channels, what makes me different? I'm not young. I'm not very good looking. Not a hot dude. No hot blonde girl, beautiful girl helping me build at the same time, which is a major bummer. Something that perhaps I should address in my life. But Leah does come out and helps me from time to time. Listen, getting a city girl to come way out, it's scary. I have to say, hey, will you drive 100 miles out into, where Texas Chainsaw Massacre was filmed, into that location and help me build a house with power tools? I don't know if I do it. So what makes my channel different? It is just me. I'm past my prime. I've got some neurological damage, so I'm not in the best of shape. Somebody ran me over years ago and left me for dead in this county. Some crooked, drunken commissioner in this county that went unpunished. May the fates look down upon him. But the point is, all of that, I am doing this all by myself. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I was not planning to build yet. This is my third forever home. Once I build them or I buy them, or then I sell them because it gets crowded. I'm not a people person. Right now I'm talking to a camera with people on the other end at any time, day or night, around the globe. You're all my friends, right? So what else have I done? Oh, getting this thing done. I'm coming up on a year for construction. I bought the property in January. I still had a no rental on apartment that I was living at. I didn't break ground, I think, until March 23rd. And so I'm coming up on a year. I'll do a 1 year retrospect. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to finish off the work behind me all the way through. Let me move the camera so y'all can see here. So because I'm doing it, it's all custom made, and I'm cutting the timbers and everything. This is taking me a while. But here's the deal. If I can do it later in life, not a young man, I should have done this 30 years ago. I do have a little bit of health problems, you know, and the doctors are extremely not helpful. But if I can do it, I believe you all can do it too. I hope to inspire. And people can't afford the, you know, $500,000-$600,000 houses. For this house, I'm on track to complete it and the next one for maybe about $80K, all off-grid, my own solar, fire-resistant, 1,000-year construction. So what do I need to do? Well, what I'm working on right now is to... Leah is coming out to visit me, and I would like to try out the back bedroom as a guest bedroom. So I want to get all of this roughness done. This is insulation. I want to get this all cleaned out. So the back bedroom perhaps is coming up week. I can even drywall it because I already pulled the power. I might need to feed it through the window. I don't know. But I'd like to get the bed staged in the back and get an idea for what that guest bedroom would be like. As well as, even though it's early spring, it's already about 83 inside this Connex. If I don't get it the rest of the way protected from the thermal load, I'm going to be in trouble. So one of my inspirations here. So I saw a video that somebody got $4 or $5 million views on, dollars, maybe eventually, views on, that said shipping containers are a terrible idea. And they listed out real problems like water condensation inside, which is called container rain. Real problems. You know, they said that we shouldn't be reconsuming these Connexes. They should be recycled back into the shipping thing. Here's the deal. The shipping industry doesn't want them back. Nobody wants them. This one that I'm in here is well over 30 years old. Its service life is done, and it would have been abandoned. And farmers have been using these for storage for a very, very long time. So a few years ago, somebody picked up on the trend that, hey, I can get these things for a couple of $1,000 delivered and then converting them into houses. It's not so easy. But anyway, that person was complaining. But here's the deal. I am too old to build a stick-built house now. Stick-built house, you're starting right from the ground floor. You have no structural beginnings, nor can I lift a whole wall all by myself. But you put a couple of Connexes 20 foot apart. You can actually buy commercial grade roofs over something if you are careful with your measurements before you start. I could put a commercial grade military awning between this Connex and that and have a house. But I thought that's a terrible waste, and I disagree with that particular professional architect who says, yeah, Oliver, the reasons and the statements were true. This is hard work. It's hard work. But that shouldn't dissuade anybody. So I thought, well, let's an old guy who's past his prime. Let's see if I, too, can build a shipping container house. Like I see all the YouTube channels of folks that are much younger, and you have a larger tribe of people supporting them. All my kids are adults and all grown up and gone. So, and I moved, this is in a new county, 100 miles away from my resources at the end of COVID, and nobody my age is going to come help me. I guarantee you that. Hey, come put up, sandbags. No. So it's going to be me. And so I want to encourage people to try what I'm doing because it's working. In addition to this construction, I'm not retired. I'm working a full-time job, full 40. It's a hard 40. It's a different kind of intellectual thing. I'm a cloud architect, so I'm building stuff in the sky. But I shift gears in the afternoon, and I'm back to farming, which I did as a kid, a gentleman's farm. We weren't big farmers, commercial farmers or anything. We're gentleman farmers. But I'm gardening and all of that. Without solving water, I don't have a well, I don't have power, I'm living primitively, and I'm doing it. So to critics out there that said don't do it, they're wrong. I am starting with two 40-foot, highly engineered steel boxes. How wrong can I be? I can't. I'm starting square, reasonably square. These have been knocked out of alignment after 30 years of abuse, right? The back and the front are off. But I'm cutting everything to match. It's okay. It's okay that it's not perfectly square. And it's a lot more than I could have done with a stick built. A lot more. So I'm starting with a good structural beginnings. In addition, the foundation, these right now are up on blocks. And I only need the 2 piers on the end and the 2 piers on the front. And it's supported. I could just go on and on and on about why that's wrong. But most of my videos are about me doing something. And indeed, I do want to do something. What I want to do is get this done. I am so close. I don't know if y'all can see. Let's step out. Let's step out. So, I have been chasing, for the last 11 months, cutting in windows and doors, finding materials, getting everything around. You could see that I've chased the reflective foil and inner timber system all the way to here. And I'm at the bathroom, which it's all going to support a concrete roof. So I've got to make sure that this doesn't cave in when I pour concrete. I'm going to use perlite or a lightweight concrete, but it'll still be heavy when you initially pour it, the water, until the water cures out of it. But it'll still be heavy. It'll still be structural. There'll be another roof on top, where a little building where you can walk out onto the top floor. But I want to get the rest of the beams in, and I want to get the insulation in. Way in the back, even if I'm not done here, way in the back, I want to insulate and drywall so that I can make the back a bedroom and move into that with my AC unit, because it's coming up on hot. That pop-up camper that I'm in doesn't have any insulative value. When I turn off the generators, it gets hot in that. Whereas this will have some level of insulative value already in it. So that bathtub is not there. It's actually in a different spot. That's just storage. But this will be a guest bedroom. And ultimately my office and my main bedroom will be where I was standing earlier. Jack and Jill in between. Lots of good design features. But what I want to do is get this all done, insulated, drywall in, so that I can stage a bed and start considering how the bedrooms will be laid out and the livability of this whole thing. And I'm hoping to get that done this week. Truly focused. I'm hoping to be truly focused. I know that people who've been watching me for a long time have said, "Oh man, he's slow." Listen, it is just me. And the speed is the speed is the speed. I haven't even had time to shave my beard. To be honest, my regular job that pays the bills, I really like. And it's a demanding job. It takes a full 40 plus, because I do Asia, Pacific, India, the whole time zone. I represent the whole time zone. So I get up sometimes at midnight to do a change, right? And then I'm doing restorative agriculture out here. I got cattle running here. I got old Hank. I just give him a hoof trim today. I've got mud problems. I got water problems. I've got garden problems. Just a host of things, right? And all off grid to boot. And so the farm's a full-time job, building's a full-time job, and I have a full-time job. And I'm not a young man. So anyway, people are saying, "Hey, why aren't you done yet?" It's because if I had more help and I was younger and more energetic and greater focus of energy on building alone, I would be done. I think that you could build a shipping container house off-grid if you just hauled in 6 months. And that includes delivery and everything, right? This was a forest that you're standing in right now, a thicket, a cedar thicket. And look, I cleared it all out. I shred it, maintain it. This all looks pretty darn good for a thing. Look at my gardens that I'm slowly putting in. You could see the little miserable pumpkins. I planted those last year by finding people's pumpkins on their porches that they were throwing away. I just threw them in. I got tomatoes, and I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast doing all this. So I'm building it at the speed that I can build it. But I want to encourage you. build it yourself, man. Save yourself some money. When you're done, if you do what I do and wrap it in earth bag, you know, I believe it can be fire resistant, if not fireproof. I mean, from ember storms, the whole 9 yards. It'll be flood resistant because these are already waterproof. The adobe has a certain strength to it that I'm going to do. You could also use compressed earth, packed earth, right? You could do a lot of different things. You could block it up, or you can leave it bare and just keep painting it every couple of years as it decays, you know, or rust. Lots of things you could do. But don't be discouraged by anybody online who said, don't do that. They're wrong. Do it. You know, here I am, not a young man, doing it. So I'm encouraging you to do it. So anyway, let's see. This is a long, I'll put this video up separate. I could see I'm 15 minutes plus some. There's a word of encouragement to those who are dreaming of building an off-grid tiny home, especially later in life. This is going to be my final retirement home. And I'm hoping to have some grandkids come and visit, and, you know, good times. I'm hoping to have some good times still here. So let me encourage you all to do that as well. Don't let the naysayers say you can't do it. You can do it. And I believe in you. So, but let me back to the project at hand. I want to get that 1 bedroom completed so that I could see how a bed fits in there. It'll let me clean out my conic. Lots of good things will happen if I do that. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that particular problem. And I'll put this video up as a video of encouragement. How about that? Oh, not quite a 1-year retrospect, but I'm heading that way.